What's the best way to ensure a happy marriage? That's the topic of today's video. If you find your marriage is in trouble, download our free marriage rescue handbook at hopeforoMymarriage.com. So, what's the best way to ensure a happy marriage? Well, first of all, what you focus on expands, and you want to be always focused on how can we make the best of our marriage. The second part of this is there's a sign here in my office that used to sit on my dad's desk. It says, expect the best. If every day you will get up and you will expect the best from yourself, from your spouse, from your marriage, you're going to find it more easily. But here's some fundamental things that lead to the best marriages. Number one, learn how to communicate with each other. And when I say learn how to communicate with each other, there's really two sides of this topic of communication. Number one is the words you speak, learning how to speak to one another and how to listen to one another. So it's not just enough to speak to, but we have to learn to listen and receive what our spouse is saying. But then the second part of this communication is learning your partner's love language. I'm going to put a link down in the description to the book, 5 Love Languages. I would encourage you to read that. There are 5 love languages that every couple has. And those are quality time, physical touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, and gifts. What you'll find is generally each spouse is very dominant in one of those love languages, and more often than not, the two spouses don't speak the same love language. And so you may be trying to communicate to your spouse with words of affirmation, but what they really need from you is the communication of quality time together. And so you need to learn what your spouse's love language is, and more importantly, you need to learn how to speak in that language to your spouse. Second thing that is of great value in making a great marriage is never stop dating one another. Remember what it is that intrigued you about your spouse to begin with. Remember how you felt the first time they walked in the room and how you just lit up. And remember what it was like to get close to them the first time. Don't lose sight of that. My wife and I have been married now for 33 years. We just celebrated our 35th anniversary this week of the day I proposed to her. And we love spending time together. I don't feel complete if she's not with me. And when she's in the room, I can't keep my eyes off of her. I never want to lose that. That's the spark that we always need to come back to. You know, things change. When I got married, I had hair, I had muscles, and I wasn't wearing glasses. Things change. We change physically, we change emotionally, we change mentally. We've gone through the phases of being the young couple in love to being parents of young children to being parents of teenagers, and now our children are spreading their wings and flying. We've got our first grandchild. Life is different. We have to learn to appreciate each other at each stage of life. Third thing, never stop trying new things, never stop exploring new experiences together. One of the things we've been learning to do this year is we decided we were going to learn how to dance. And so we've been taking a dance course here at home. We took a watercolor painting class last week for our date. We never stop exploring new things. And part of our dating is we have a surprise date once a month where we take a trip somewhere, we go somewhere new, we explore something new. Never lose the adventure of the relationship. And finally, and most importantly, never stop praying together. Pray every day for your spouse. Pray every day for your relationship. Pray every day for your marriage. I can't emphasize this one enough. The closer you get to God as a couple, the closer you're going to draw to each other. And so if you'll make that a foundation of your marriage, you're going to find that you create a wonderful marriage, a marriage that others can look to as an example. And you'll be able to go the distance. You'll be able to rack up those decades of being in love, and you'll never fall out of love because you keep it fresh day by day and you allow God to guide you in that. Just a few thoughts for you today. Hope you find those helpful, and I'll talk to you again soon.